other valuable information.
Account going so crazy, still live it up when I'm over 80, flying I'm hotter than Haiti.
Times a week would you say you punch a meal?
7 times a week, every day.
How many times a week would you say you punch a meal?
7 times
Punch.
a week, every day.
Oh my god. Is that your fork or what is that for chicken?
Whoa! Yo!
12 people are facing more than
that shit in
100
my
charges
condo.
in a major credit fraud scheme.
University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
It's shocking video of
How you get caught though? Like, dead ass. Like, how do they even catch you? Because let me not expose myself real quick.
thugs chasing a mail carrier. Why? It's believed they wanted the master key he carries that opens mailboxes for the entire neighborhood.
I would never let that happen to me.
25 investigates exposing a check
Nah,
scam
it's immediate
that
crash
can wipe
out.
out your bank account.
We're talking about scammers who can clone any of our voices using artificial intelligence.
We are talking about $100,000 in forged checks.
Whether it's a scam call center from India, a billionaire's Ponzi scheme, a guy pretending to be a Nigerian prince, or
If you fall for that, I'm not gonna let you deserve it. Like, it's 2024. If you fall for it, I feel like some old lady, but still, even then, some common sense.
or a U.S. senator out trading hedge funds
Yo,
while
she
employed
looks
on the
chopped.
taxpayer dime. The
That's
truth is,
insane.
people hate getting scammed. After all, there are entire
mean,
YouTube channels
who
dedicated
likes
to
that?
getting revenge on scammers. You see, scammers are people that leverage social engineering, also known as human hacking, to steal, manipulate, and exploit. They'll make their
Go back.
people that leverage social engineering, also known as human hacking, to steal, manipulate, and
Yo, this is what scares me about having a bank account. Like, I don't have one yet, but I'm about to open one. I'm gonna have to get my
exploit.
shit
They'll make their
insured, there's no
approach,
way.
get you to trust them,
Nigga,
then before you know it, they'll
wipe my whole
disappear into
account.
thin air after they've extracted
Zeros.
your bank account, social
I cry.
security, or other valuable information.
Is that $1 million? If any person steals I don't care if it's the taxes, whatever. If any person, I just wake up $1 million gone. I would be a very polite citizen about it. I would not do anything wrong.
Today, we dive into the world of fraud and scamming, and we uncover how some of the scams are happening right now. We'll cover the biggest scam that's ever occurred in U.S. history, and we'll talk to the scammers to see how they think and what motivates them. And by the end of this, we'll provide you with tips on how you can avoid getting scammed yourself. This is the world of scammers. Let's dive in. There are people out there looking to exploit your data for their own gain. With scammers like this out there lurking, it's a good idea to protect yourself. To guard against shenanigans like this, I use the sponsor of today's video, Delete Me, to help keep my footprint off the internet. What Delete Me does is they go after the data aggregators that are out there on the internet that are
That's crazy predictions. Like,
Folks, today we're diving into the world of scamming. I don't know what the hell we're gonna get into. I'm excited, but apparently in the city of Minneapolis, scamming is a big business.
Minneapolis woman calls it emotional hacking. Scammers drained $800,000 from her dad's bank account.
how does that work? Like, you just pretend to be somebody else. I'm like, hey, I really love you for real. And just take 800.
LaSalle University student
Just
accused of stealing
30-minute
more
video
than
in like 5 hours.
$500,000 in a credit card scam.
Foster was doing fake transactions, marking items up in price, then returning
Hey,
them
this is
for
why you
the
never
original
keep
price
nothing
while
in your
pocketing
bank.
the difference in account of her
Buy
own.
like a house.
In fact, there are
have
multiple
someone
RICO
outside.
cases going on for fraud right now. A big scam that was pulled was the food share program. People pretended to be feeding the homeless and walked away with millions of dollars, and now they're
Make that make sense. So, like, they just stole like 500 chicken Popeye sandwiches, and then what? Just resold them?
getting RICO'd for that. A scammer is kind of like an illegal magician. They're pulling things out of thin air. There's illusion, deception, and before you know it or realize what they did, they're gone with the bag. Let's meet up with these guys and let's see what they're about.
Okay, it's insane. Like, how he just be. I don't know if it's my first time reacting to his content, but like, I've been watching this shit for like a minute. It's like he just be tapped in with everybody. I've never trusted myself.
Yo, my boy.
Is that you?
Yeah, this me right here.
I'm in that rental car, that white car.
Alright, bet I'm finna walk over there.
Okay, door's unlocked.
Yo, what's up, bro? I say, I just know how to exploit ways to get money.
Okay. Whole fit disguise on. First of all, that's suspicious as fuck. Like, before he got in, I would have been like tortured that nigga. Voice disorder. But you got this nigga's name just right here. Well, it could be a fake name, but still, that's insane.
Simple.
What are the different plays we're gonna be getting into today?
We got punching, simple things. We go from getting food. We could go from gas. We could go from checks. We go from transfers. Scam work. It's all different type of ways you can get into it.
So what got you into this world?
Alright, so look, it started when I was younger. It was this rapper, his name TJX6. When I was young, real young, I always just listened to his music and wondered, what the is this dude doing? I started getting into it, digging in, and it started with cards. If you listen to his music, he's talking a lot about cards and checks, really. When he was talking about that, I kind of picked up on some things, and over time, I just got smarter and smarter and figured everything out.
So,
that ass though, like, I know a lot of people that's like, they be scamming, but they like rap on the side. Like, I know some people that actually just rap and just happen to be scamming on the side, but I know, like, it's just money fraud, basically. Not fraud, but laundering.
So what was the first play you ever made?
It was on Telegram. It was this African dude I met. And we was talking for a long time, and he told me something called, it's a certain type of check that you can order off a log in. Ship the check to a drop. I picked it up, put it in the ATM, 6,900 came. That was my first ever play. And ever since then, I've just been on it.
Has this ever put you in a risky situation?
Money is gone. Pretty much scamming down here is pretty popular. I mean, in the city, everybody knows what's going on now. So if you find somebody that wants to do it, they know what they're signing up for. They know what's behind it.
Are there rich scammers out there?
You can really get rich off scamming. That's real. Pretty common.
Six-figure rich,
seven-figure rich. That's real.
Rather than judging these kids, I wanted to try and put myself in their shoes. Now, I know I'm overgeneralizing here, but here's a theory I'm working with. A lot of these...
I'm a calm person. Don't scam me, please. I mean no harm. Don't do it, man.
Kid scammers are from Gen Z, and this is the generation that saw their parents lose their house in the 2008 mortgage crisis as the bank executives responsible got rewarded by multi-million-dollar bonuses, and the banks that fundamentally scammed the country got bailed out by the tax money of the very people they scammed. So essentially, these kids witnessed a financial system that openly didn't give a shit about them or their parents, so heck, why not pull a scam of their own? It kind of explains the sense of nihilism that we've seen creeping into this Gen Z generation. Whether you talk about scammers, the Kia boys, or just an overall sense of I don't give a f, because it seems like
Kia boys are crazy, cause like they don't even be really doing it to get money outside of like you can kind of sell the car, but like everyone's gonna know it's stolen. So like if you gonna buy it, you just gonna be committing a crime to have that getaway. Anyway, they don't really be doing nothing but like wrecking them cars. Like, I don't know how they be driving like that.
Seems like the world around them is crumbling. Now, from a cultural standpoint, we've seen the rise of scam rappers, guys like Baby Tron, TJX6, and PunchMade Dev, and these are guys who look effortlessly cool, ridiculously rich. Baby Tron, TJX6,
I thought
and
Baby
PunchMade Dev.
Tron and PunchMade Dev were the same person for like forever.
And these are guys who look effortlessly cool, ridiculously rich, and they seem to be easily getting away with scams on major banks and institutions. So yes, it's easy to point the fingers at the scammers you see here. Yes, they have a moral responsibility of what they are doing, but are they not just an underworld byproduct of a system that white-collar scammers created? I don't know. That's just a theory I'm working with. Do you save much of your money?
Yeah. I'm not scamming long term to be scammed God for the rest of my life. This shit's all like, with anything you do, any hustle, all that shit just quick until you move on to your next, you feel me, next steps.
Have you ever been almost caught by law enforcement? I'm gonna take the yes.
No. Pause,
Let me think yes.
Think about it, but nah, never.
How much does an IP address come to play with what you do?
It gets deep. That's like your address. I don't know.
But I feel like if you do too much and the feds like want you type shit, it don't matter. Like what you got, 3 VPNs, 5 different proxies, they gonna find you. If they need you, they gonna want you. They gonna get you.
Like, you feel me? That's like your internet access.
For most of the things you do you have to obscure your IP address?
Yeah.
Is that difficult to do?
Nah, average person could do it, I'd say.
So it doesn't affect a human at all, you think?
Everybody has committed a scam before in some way. Some people do different types of scams. Some people do insurance. Some people do home scams. You know, it's all different types of scams. I look at it as I'm not taking money from a human. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm a bad guy for it. You feel me?
Most of the time it'd be insured.
Let me
That's
see.
like $250K, I think.
We just got a package.
How much money are we talking right there?
17K for it.
What you're about to see is called punching chicken. Now, punching is lingo in the scam world that refers to the practice of using the dark web to get somebody else's credit card information and doing an online order to punch the item. You can punch chicken, pizza, presumably anything you can buy online. Here's how it went down.
I don't know. I mean, I am an amazing citizen. I do not know what they're talking about.
This is the website that I would buy the cards from to do the punching. Ready to buy cards.
A fake credit card.
A real credit card, but it's just not all.
And how much money does it have on it?
It depends.
Bro,
I
again, with the
wouldn't necessarily
names.
say I know the exact amount. Certain banks, they give you the ability to check. You can call the bank and you can
Like the last one was
necessarily
like
say I
Juan
know
or
the...
something. Maybe 50 niggas in the US named Gordo. I've never met a Gordo. He's actually cooked.
exact amount. Certain
You got the mask on to hide your skin, but your forehead, like, it's like a little back. I can see you a little light skin. I don't know, like.
banks, they give you the ability to check. You can call the bank and you can check how much. But I would just be buying a card based off of the knowledge that I already know. There's something called a BIN. A BIN is a bank identification number. Now, depending on what BINs you have, you might got a card that has thousands on it. You might got a card that has millions on it. There's no telling though.
I'm not gonna lie. Allegedly, in GTA, there was a time in my life where I wanted some V-Bucks, I wanted some Robux. I was a little kid, allegedly. And there was a method through PayPal, like there was some weird stuff, like you go through like Germany, you get like someone else's information, you put that in, and then allegedly you put that in, and then you could make a PayPal account, and it kind of works like a credit card. And you could allegedly buy things, and then I found about that allegedly. So like, I don't know. In GTA, I'll be doing that. In GTA, not no more. Yeah.
It's luck of the draw.
Basically, yep.
So these are cards that someone physically stole, like at the gas station. It fell on the ground. They picked it up. They uploaded it to a website, and then it sold to a bidder like you, or how does that work?
Basically, yeah, kind of like how you just explained it. I wouldn't necessarily say it comes from people picking them up off of the ground, but more so skimmers. They have machines that you can put on, for instance, at the gas station, you can put a skimmer on the machine where the people put their cards into, and then from there, you'll get about 1,000 hits. Now, depending on how many people put their card in that specific machine where you put your skimmer at, that's where the card information will come from.
Does the skimmer also capture your PIN?
Yes, it does.
So if you use a machine that has a skimmer and you...
AirPods die. But generally, I think the only thing you can do is just like get Apple Pay or just straight up cash. But then again,
type in
the Target that I usually go to, they just one day just start saying, "Hey, no more cash."
your PIN, all of a sudden you're wide open.
You're good. You're not getting your up.
You're good though.
Yeah. The thing about, you know, getting captured by a skimmer is if you have the right type of setup with your bank account in terms of two-factor authentication, the bank asking like questions like, was this you that just spent money at Raising Cane's for about $100? You know what I mean? If you have these different type of protocols set up with your bank, then you're less likely to be a victim of fraud.
Basically, right now you can get free chicken.
I can get free everything. Right? Boom. Now we got the money on there. Now I can buy a card.
Like a year ago.
You can buy Social Securities off this?
When you buy the card, depending on how much the card costs, that's why I said certain cards, they range from 20 to 25 all the way up to 30. You can see, look, I'll show you when I refresh.
And I just saw you could buy a Canadian card, you could buy a US card, show you the country.
Wow. You can buy from anywhere on the planet as long as the web.
And we just beat Canada, USA versus Canada best. Smoking on that pack. Pah! I don't even play basketball like that, but I saw this. We smoking on like Canada pack.
website has a way to get these cards and put them on their site, then you can get pretty much anything.
Have you ever heard of punching a meal?
I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna pull up with the dude.
We spoke to legendary lawyer Bruce Rivers and a man who's a financial crimes expert to get their opinion on the scams you see unfolding in this video. Punching a meal. No, I've never heard of it. That's where you apparently acquire someone else's credit card and you use that to buy free food.
You know, there's a lot of scams going on. There's the skimming that goes on, like at a gas station.
I'm not even worried about what he's saying right now.
That's actually happened to me. Somebody tried to buy some stuff at a sporting goods store, like $2,000 worth of on my credit card. And then I see the guy in court on the hook for it. I mean, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy that stole my identity. Had to trace it all back. We figured out exactly what pump it was. We figured out exactly where it was. And he had been doing this all over the place. So I saw him in Hennepin County in court. And my thing happened in another county. He was doing it all over the place.
A lot of times what's going to happen is you go to try and do a touch pay. It doesn't work. That's part of the plan. They want you to scan your card. So they actually will have a module, something that's identical looking to the actual card swipe, overlaid. Physically go and try and pull it off. If it doesn't pull off, you're good. If you can go inside and pay the gas station attendant, ideally in cash, avoid this whole digital footprint process, you're gonna be a lot safer. You see any sort of fraudulent activity on your account, immediately contact your bank. The sooner that you can contact the authorities, law enforcement, it's gonna be much easier to get your money back. When there's delay in space and time, scam, with any sort of financial scam, it's much harder to get your money back.
If you really want to get specific on which one you want to buy, you can type in your bank identification number. So I'm going to type in a bank that I know is going to work. This is a bank called Wings Financial Credit Union. Very, very high class bank. So when you're doing simple punching for food and shit, like we talked about, yeah, Kings might take a $100 loss today, but that person whose card I'm using, they're getting all their money back. 100% guaranteed.
Well, I've heard people that get scammed and it can take 30 days for them to get the money back in their account. The average American has $1,000 or less in their savings. So if you scam the average American and rent's due, they might not have it because of the scam.
You are right. But in terms of them never getting their money back,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize how expensive things were till I started getting like money. I mean, I don't got too much. It's like birthdays, a little bit of allowance, like working here and there. But like, I just be trying to buy stuff and I'm like, damn. $10 for just some fries at McDonald's? Just for the fries, large. That's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm big. I be eating. But $10? They good, but they ain't that good.
I know for a fact that they'll get their money back. Somebody just texted and said he's seen the police. Somebody just texted him and said the police. Yeah, we gotta get out.
So we're outside of a Cane's Chicken. How often do you guys get free meals like this?
Every day I eat free every day. Everything I do is almost free.
So the customer name is
Rich. If you're making money, spending no money, I just feel like at a certain point you gotta realize, hey, I'm eating good, I gotta leave while I can.
Yes. Thank you. Actually, look. Visa, credit card, ending in 275.
Okay.
We'll go over to the website, same card, ending in 75. Can't make this shit up.
Okay. Some guy named just lost $50 because some guy got 50 chicken nuggets.
80, and we finna eat good. Okay, I
hear the police. Let's get out of here. After successful chicken punching,
did he just commit a crime? He just drove him away.
Fellas decided to take their chicken to a warehouse in a secure location so they could eat their chicken in peace.
Alright, bro, we finna get under the basement and eat.
You can't eat at your own house.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how illegal was that, what we just did?
That's like a 10, because I fully completed it, you know? And anything that you do that you're doing fraudulent, it's always gonna be a 10. The only thing that makes it more secure is that I didn't go in there and swipe a card. So they can't say that I did anything illegal.
If they caught you, what would be the punishment?
You know, it's a white-collar crime. I don't think I would get charged with anything really because, like I said, they don't have any proof that I did anything, so they will have to drop the case. They did.
My nigga. Hey,
They want to take
I
full
can't. I'm
action
not a
and
lawyer,
give me a
but
punishment.
I would not
It'll
advise
probably
doing
be
that.
from like 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years?
Just for some shit.
What makes it worth it?
Times hard for everybody right now. So it's like, if you ain't
Yo,
got money,
risking 5 to 10 years for some chicken is insane.
Just the other day, I got good lines like this.
Is it that easy to get away with?
And he had guns on.
100%. I'm always in and out. I've never been in a spot and they tried to hold me or tell me, oh, we can't give you what you're paying for, you gotta wait a little bit, you know? But in terms of me going into a restaurant and I swipe a card, say that card declines. I swipe another card, I know they're looking at you weird. Give us a second. Matter of fact, you can't swipe any more cards. Just wait right here for us while we get the system set up, right? While they're getting their system set up, they're really calling the police to tell you, like, hey, this guy's in here trying to commit fraud.
So do you even get nervous making a play like this?
Hell no. It's easy, bro. I've been doing this shit since 2017.
All right, let's see if this is real chicken or scam chicken.
Come on.
If you could say a message to the CEO of Raising Cane's, what would you say?
Hey, thank you for the chicken. You fed a lot of hungry people tonight.
I guess big dogs gotta eat. Is that necessary for? Is that your fork or what is that for chicken?
Whoa! Yeah.
I'm gonna see if punch chicken
So in the
tastes any
intro?
different. Actually, this is my first time eating Raising Cane's.
No fucking diddy.
Oh, that is a chicken
Sauce
tender.
Free food tastes good, don't it?
Ooh, and we got the tan too, people.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that dude just exposed himself. Take your notebooks out. Paste 23.
They changed around with the car because they weren't grabbing, what is it, the CVV, but we had the code to change that shit around, take care of that. Alright, bro, so the page ready to go? Yeah, we're gonna, once this nigga wake up, motherfuckers probably gonna get this sent out on today or tomorrow. I'm gonna give his ass a call, wake his ass up.
So the guy that's sleeping, what role does he play? The guy that's gonna wake up.
So, the guy that sleeps plays a very important role. He's the one that do send-outs. Basically, I can't get into too much detail, but he does send-outs for banks and we're able to access logs that way.
Don't
Just
click
like a
no
start
link
news,
unless you know who it's
the
from.
message coming to your
Even
phone.
then.
Okay.
Like,
how hard?
This is like I'm pretty good with the internet type shit. That's some of the nerdiest shit I've ever said. I apologize. Jesus Christ. But I know my way around. So like a couple years ago I figured out how to do that basically, where you can send a link, post someone's IP address. It don't even have to be a link no more. You can just send like a image. Like you can be like, hey, look at this meme. He clicks on it, she clicks on it. Finished. Whole career done. Bank empty. All your passwords leaked. All your photos leaked. You're finished. Be careful. I feel like my body went through puberty, but my voice is still like trying to keep up.
How hard is it to get your hands on this type of paper?
You can get it. Anybody can get paper like that.
What does it take for this to be legit? Like, is this a tough
I
part
heard
of the puzzle, or is this pretty easy part of the puzzle?
One of the easiest parts anybody has access to it.
How many hours a week do you think you work doing this?
I still have fun. I still carry on life. It's probably gonna take hours out of the week. I'll probably save maybe like 10, 15 hours together. Most shit is fast.
What makes someone good at this?
I'm telling you, if everything else fails, I know what I gotta do. Be a great citizen and keep trying.
Be rich.
Does this profession make you nervous?
No.
Is it risky?
Yeah, for sure. Can't be nervous though.
What's your philosophy on life?
The world is mine. Have fun when you're young.
Is it hard to keep this on the hush? If you're busting big plays, is it hard not to flex it or to talk about it?
Definitely. I'd say that's one of the things. Now I'm getting to the point where I've been doing it for a minute. I don't care anymore. You know, I do it so like I won't even post.
What's your specialty?
Post
That's
it?
different specialties. You always level up, so I can't say I have like
Self-finishing
one
in 2024 is an all-time
I
high.
can do anything that I want. That's another thing. I think my good specialty is I can figure out whatever I want to learn. Anything.
Were you good at school?
Yeah, I was good at school.
Did you like school?
Yeah, school was fun.
What do you call yourself?
Baby J.
What's your specialty?
I'm good at talking, really.
What's your name,
Good
Juan?
at talking. You feel me? Everybody play different roles. This is one of my guys right here. He might come to you, ask you a couple questions. You'll be right.
Yeah, low-key. Actually, I was about to say that might have been racist, but I
This
don't
right
really
here
see
is a
it.
check that I cooked up.
I'm good.
Like a real check that I made a copy of basically. So Let me try to show you. This what it look like originally, and this what it look like now. Exact same thing, exact same. And this right here, the way that I'm doing it, a lot of people don't know how to do it this way.
Check fraud. Printing out fake checks, cashing them at a bank.
What normally happens isn't that the person who's doing the fraud is the one cashing it. Usually they get some unsuspecting person, oh, I can make you a lot of money, and so they write the check to that person. So there's a middle guy in between, and it's usually the person that's unsuspecting, not thinking that it's a fraudulent check, and all of a sudden they go to the bank and they try to get the cash. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's usually the unsuspecting person, not the person who's behind the scheme.
A check fraud is a complicated situation because one of the biggest ways that you can protect yourself.
Was there an introduction? Did I zone out? Or is this somebody just found at the gas station? Like, what happened?
Is go to the actual post office itself and mail the check. And I would prefer that you don't even mail checks. I really don't think you should be at this point. It has all your information on it. The more space and more distance you have in terms of the transit that needs to occur with that check, the more risk you're gonna have.
What is the penalty for printing fake checks?
It depends upon the loss amount, typically. If usually it's a felony because it's forgery and theft by swindle. And so if it's under $2,500, it's probation. Each check becomes a felony count in and of itself, and you get enough of those, it can ultimately be a prison sentence. It really does depend upon the value that we're looking at.
And what can this play be worth?
This one right here was $5,400.
That's a lot of money.
Piece of paper.
This is just making up a check?
Yeah, it's just me making one.
So you can make any amount you wanted?
Yeah, any amount you want.
Is it gonna come out of here?
Yeah, did I imagine?
The bigger you go, the more.
Yeah, once you touch that 10K mark, any scam over 10,000 is where it's serious. It's when it gets serious for real. Check forgery isn't so high of a crime.
How much does this printer cost?
Roughly about like $500.
It's crazy that a $500 printer can turn into thousands and thousands of dollars. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but you guys are kind of making it look like it does. Someone got the original or a copy of a real check, sold it to you online, and you're printing out that version?
Either that or somebody in mailbox. Yeah, so it's two kind of ways to get a check. You can break a mailbox, or there's keys. You could look it up. You can probably find clips of people robbing mailmen.
Oh, that's
in regard to mail carriers, there's been a lot of violence towards them. There's been a lot of robbing.
Come on, man. This your fighting stance? You better hit this nigga with a Hadouken? Come on now. Come on now. Look at your feet. One leg damn near halfway up there. That mailbag don't clock this nigga with a fucking triple backflip. What's that shit called? What's it called when you like do a, I don't know. Just please, if you get robbed by a nigga doing this, skip up my life.
Of mail carriers and taking the keys that they use in order to open up mailboxes, and there's been all this money put towards these digital defense mechanisms and these electronic keys to use, but that still doesn't necessarily protect the mail carrier themselves. But this applies to everyone. In terms of protecting yourself generally, it's all about not having patterns. For the mail carrier, if you're on a route, just like if I was on a patrol route, if I had the same patrol route, same time, same place, every single day, it's easy for that patrol route to be intercepted. Change and vary your patterns. It's called force protection.
What about when someone hits a mail truck, steals the mail keys, and steals checks that way?
Bye-bye. In other words, that's usually done on an inside job basis, because who's going to steal a mail truck and know that there are going to be checks on that truck? Probably not too many.
Which is the most risky part of this puzzle?
I say out of all of them, the risky part, 9 times out of 10, you guess the most riskiest part and who has the most important role in this particular style is the person who's getting the checks. So
that's why there was like having another
somebody's always we're always the villains. Like, we also helping people because we split.
You ain't robbing her, nigga. You are not robbing. You stealing for yourself. If you gonna do it, I'm not mad at it. Not cause like I feel like scamming ain't wrong. It's wrong, but like most of the time there's like some kind of insurance on it. I think it's like limits to, I said $250K. Some places got like $1 million. So like, most of the time we ain't hurting nobody but like a bank, and they can take that nigga. They got that money. But like, don't know that you a good guy. Come on now.
The money that we never just running off. Split it 50-50 with them. Just now, right now, look.
With who?
Someone just said, I swear I got evicted, I gotta get back on my feet, and you said, I got you, cuz. Send me ID. Someone's sending you their bank
Right now, this is right now, look at the time. This today, look, this today. Some people actually need help, so it's like sometimes. I know people to this day.
That's brave.
Bring me other people to count. See how real this looks?
Into a scammer.
You're a big teller. Who put that up to the sky, you'll see like, you see me?
Like this is a real one.
This is a real check. Come up and cash this and then get paid for it right now. Actually, they are. Y'all finna see it today.
No, I saw this on what was it? Moist Criticals. They had like an excavator. What's it called? Just like stealing the whole. I'll put a clip on that. Just. Stealing a whole. Like, where did he get that? Like, there was so much planning, but yet so little planning. Like, I don't know, man.
We can only fit so much into a YouTube video. All of this will be available at Patreon only. Highly recommend you check that out. Link is in the description. Would you say this is up there, Miguel, for things you've done?
Top 3 for sure.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not exactly sure what we're about to do, but it feels sketchy. The first scamming video I put out, people are wondering, is this guy for real? Is he scamming us and believing that it's real? But like the casualness of which we're doing some of these things is like,
okay, no diss. Do what you gotta do. What is he doing, bro? What is he doing? I'm not gonna say it out of respect to the people that I know that have certain conditions, but what are you doing, man?
What the going on, man? You're cracking accounts, not safe. We are cracking accounts, not safe. And it's less dangerous. Do not get killed trying to crack a safe. We crack accounts. Please do not.
So does Minneapolis feel lawless right now?
Certain parts is lawless. I'm not gonna lie, this whole city is known for scamming. That's like the biggest thing. Like even from the politicians to our parents to other people's parents.
How do the politicians scam?
They're hitting on a lot of shit. Like they get paid bribery and shit. Like they're into like the non-profit frauds and shit. Politicians here, they're dirty too. They play dirty games. Police even play dirty games.
He's not going to mention some of the biggest scams going on. Here you're looking at something that's actively happening in the city right now. Here it is. One of the largest scams in United States history happened right here in Minneapolis. During the pandemic, the Minnesota Department of Education was tasked with overseeing the handout of meals.
That just reminded me.
Yeah.
I don't got many ops.
The Minnesota Department of Education was tasked with.
My biggest op is Michelle Obama. Die. Like, you ruined 12 years of school lunch for me. I know it might not have been just you, but you gotta post a girl for that. What did I do? Now it's healthier. I eat it because I'm hungry and I got to. Or I'm gonna starve. Cause I got practice after. Usually at soccer or track or whatever. I got practice. So I'm not gonna be starving. So I gotta eat. But bro, this shit is so oily, bro. I'm drowning in it.
With overseeing the handout of meals to kids, the needy, and the homeless during the COVID era, and they delegated local supervision to nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. What happened next was a tsunami of swindling. These nonprofits fraudulently claimed to be feeding thousands of kids a day within just weeks of being formed.
Oh, that's what he meant with the Popeye chicken sandwiches.
But the fraud ended up costing the U.S. taxpayer about $250 million. As of now, there are dozens of people being indicted and brought to trial, and to this day this stands as one of the biggest scams in U.S.
I'm not gonna say the pattern I noticed, but
it's history.
Dirty streets of
bad representations.
Mama doing dope. daddy got no hope. He just scared me, y'all. Because the system scared us out of both our parents. CIA bought dope to the motherfuckers. See? My daddy, they got all my boy. He ain't trying to pay no child support. It's cool though, bro. Cause you know what we gonna do? We gonna grind, nigga. This that shit that we love, nigga. We love making that money, y'all. We gonna do whatever it takes to make that money, y'all. This shit get wicked out here for real. Yeah, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not gonna say this like I'm the biggest, baddest guy to do this to people and shit. Nah, bro. I just do this to get by people to get hear me.
What percentage of scammers would you say are balling, and what percent of them would you say are actually kind of broke?
They're not bullshit scammers. Like, there's always the one main person, then there's the middleman, then there's the middle. It's like a tree. One person passes a card to one person, that person gets passed down to the main person. The main person is the one who splits the money to everybody and decides how much everybody else is going to do. So all scammers are not rich. That's another thing. Like, you can be a scammer and not have a way. Feel me? Like, in scam world, always a new scam. That's another thing. And it's about who figures out the scam first. You can't really say it's too many runners. Like, it's like, you always tell, like, when you a scammer, you know who a runner and who's boss trying to find new moves. But don't get it confused, though. I done seen runners turn into bosses. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of runners that became that man, you feel me? So, big thing in the scam world, getting slimed out too.
What is that?
Slimed out, like, say Mexican, bro, just did a move, and you like, I'm not paying you, or who you brought. It's over with, I'm taking the whole bag. That's what I remember we was talking about karma yesterday. It's karma and scam world too, but also somebody. I thought that it's not what it's about, it's about wiping it down. That's a whole other step. That's what I'm saying, it's not just like easy, you can't just wake up and come, it's not that easy. Now it's that easy to do basic shit, but it gets deeper than that. It can be a blessing and a curse at the same time, but it just depends on how you break through it. You gotta stay consistent too, you gotta stay consistent with anything you do.
Alright, you're filming.
I'm gonna show y'all some box action.
What?
Scammers?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Sir! Are you implying that I like men?
Show y'all some box action.
Scammers operate in a climate of deceit. You see, fraud is a game of smoke and mirrors. These guys ran off with the camera to presumably make an ATM play, and what I saw on the tape left me questioning reality.
Well, niggas that be doing this too. Tempting.
That's some great footage. See the police?
Where you guys see them? Of course, you guys were out there for like fucking 20 minutes in ski masks and glasses.
We had a little technical difficulty. You like took us so long, and you'll see the dead. The car started locking on us. But sometimes the car will lock up and then they give you like fraud alerts, which the person has to confirm on their phone.
You guys were skied up with glasses the whole time in front of a bank? Like,
you gotta be.
How is that not, like, do you guys feel like you guys were out there for way too long?
Time limit. And what can they possibly do for real?
One of the things that comes to mind is what we are seeing, is that even real? And what makes me think it is real is that they took 20 minutes outside of this van, they got fraud alerts on their phone. If they were just taking money from their own account, it would have been in and out in a minute or two. But this also brought up more questions. Now, remember earlier in the episode when I was talking about the sense of nihilism that I have noticed in Gen Z? When they do things like this, their nihilism can come off as quite sinister. I mean, scamming people, banks, grandmas, restaurants, it's pretty crazy. But what I think is the source of all this nihilism is a lack of hope. And why I think a lot of Gen Z has no hope. I mean, this is the first generation in American history that's projected.
Student loans are crazy. Like, you could die, and they just go down your family line and make somebody pay for it. That's crazy.
Not to do better than their parents. These kids have inherited this world where they can't afford anything. The food, the housing, the college, all of it is sky high. And the people making the rules, their government, is this lazy, lousy bunch of bureaucrats that openly cheat all of the time. Making the rules, their government.
Is that nigga in Dune? Bro, I thought you died. What happened? Why you got the dark shadows in your eye like you Batman?
It's this lazy, lousy bunch of bureaucrats that openly cheat all of the time. So a lot of these kids, I think, have just said, F it. The world is fake, the world is a scam, and I'm gonna scam the world. I'm gonna get mine for myself at any means necessary. I'm gonna cheat the system that I feel cheats me.
I mean...
But what do I know? I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm seeing and figure out the world. That was a look into the world of scamming. Any final thoughts, fellas?
And we didn't give y'all everything. We didn't get a chance to give y'all everything, but and we won't give y'all everything. We love y'all. We don't scam people for a living.
You too. Don't scam.
We help people out.
We took a deep dive into this world. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Peace. If you want to keep yourself safe on
AWV.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yo!
With Jaoma using
Whoa!
Saul Goodman-like skills to free multiple alleged criminals in Houston, Texas.
This nigga did it.
One has to wonder how Jaoma became Jaoma.
I went to Houston Community College to be a nurse. It was very boring. And what I did enjoy about sports was there's always one winner and one loser. What kind of career can I get in that type of aspect? I decided I wanted to become a lawyer, and I stumbled upon South Texas College of Law.
Your job as a male stripper funded your entire law firm?
The entire law firm. I'd come here at nighttime, and in the mornings I'll be in
My
court.
career just started. I can't lose it already.
Known for prostitution. Jaoma's grown up in the trenches out here.
This place is no joke. Run around here all the time.
A lot of people you defend probably come from here?
Yeah, probably.
As a kid, were you super competitive?
Very competitive. Played football. I was 400 pounds. If I looked down, I couldn't see my dick. That's how fat I was.
How were you running 4-minute miles?
Just because you're a big guy doesn't mean
GTA, I'd
I'm
keep
knocking
myself
people
safe.
out.
This mentality is transferred over to the court.
You have to be aggressive.
How was this guy as a dancer?
He needed work. I showed him how to swing a thing.
You're the best right here.
I'm gonna just move
How you doing, man?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean you showed him how to swing his... Sir. Freak.
Oh, hey, we're just doing a little documentary at Jaoma. Tap here to see what happens next.
Yo!
Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Tell them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang, but it's